Hey, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is March 5th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. And let me take a look here. And I want to add some more moving averages here. I have the 50 and I have the 200 there. Let's add real fast. I probably should have done this before the video started. Here, 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. Like my 9 and my 23, right? All right. We'll make this orange. Fine, okay. And we'll make this one yellow, right? All right, fine. Yeah, yellow doesn't show up that good. Let's pick a different color. How's this aqua there? All right, that'll work. Aqua. So aqua is my short moving average now, 9 day. Okay, let's get going. Here we go. Qs. What do we got going on here? So we always said the 290 to 300 level is really the line in the sand for the Qs. If you watched my state of the market yesterday, we went very in depth into why that's the case. That's not the point of this particular video. I think the whole point of talking about this right now, though, is to say that things have held where they had to. And we do a flattening 200-day on the Qs. We're about to get a crossover. All the other indexes have already crossed over the 50 over the 200. And so while that is in play and prices above this flattening 200, we still have to err on the bullish side. I'm not saying we have to go deep or we have to go, heavy positions, or we don't have to do any positions really. But if we're going to take shots on the long side, it still makes sense as long as price is above that 200-day. Okay. So I have a few names for you: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have 13 names for you today. This is a smattering from my stocks to watch that I do for my super follow group. I do a much more in-depth one for them. If you're interested in super follow, Alpha Charts at Alpha Charts 365 on Twitter, and then you could click on the super follow tab and sign up if that's what you want. Okay, but these are some ideas from that other video, and that's what I share with you guys. So Boeing, first off. All right. So by the way, I'm using Deep View right now, and so you'll see that there is the financials down below. This is your chart, and I'm going to switch the screener, and there you go. All right. So Boeing. So we had this kind of bottoming action popped out. Now this right here. Get my pen going here. There it is. All right. And you can see right here is a very interesting area, right? So Boeing above, 220-ish or so. I think that's a pretty good spot. You can manage risk easily, and it's a pretty good low risk entry. Just watch out that it's kind of run kind of far. So maybe even a pullback into the moving averages. You even could consider something like that and keep your stop real shallow if you wanted to, right? You see it's got some actually pretty good growth numbers coming up. So there's Boeing. Another one that I've been looking at is Rockwell Automation. Okay. Again, a nice bottoming pattern. And this is kind of, again, let's just get this going right here. And you can kind of see that this was an area right there. It's broken out pretty good. Some decent accumulation volume on there. Not the biggest growth leader, but it is still growing for the most part. And so, yeah, so Rockwell Automation above 300. I think that looks really good. Again, you can easily manage your risk in this area. IoT, which we've talked about before, I believe, had earnings right there. Not the time to chase, right? Not the time to chase. Maybe it can just kind of make some inside days, let moving averages catch up, see where buyers show up, right? And again, buyers could show up immediately. We don't know. I mean, but I can't chase it here. But again, if it kind of pulls back in, I may consider something there. So again, great growth numbers across the board. And again, looks really good. Sweet little double bottom, first IPO true base. So it's got everything going for it. Now we just have to wait for the right entry. So important, the right entry. AMAT. We've talked about AMAT in the past, right? And it's doing everything right. So I had bought it over here in the breakout, made a little bit of money on it, sold it on the way back down, right? But look what happened. It came back, retested, held. This type of breakout retest go higher is actually like super, super strong setup right there. So, as long as this 109-ish holds, right? 110, 109, that makes sense. And, if you think about it, if you use the moving average or even the 50-day, it's already above that spot, right, where we know buyers showed up. So it may be right here, 114, maybe this the low of this day, right, which was 113.93. Something like that. You can measure, manage risk against. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. And then you could kind of look at this, right? Little mini kind of came back, doom. Maybe it comes back one more time and then kind of breaks out, right? Little mini inverse head and shoulders right there. Again, that's just, I don't care if it's big or if it's small. That's just human nature coming back. People chase, got sold into, bought back up, didn't quite get as high, got sold into though. Now got back up to the same area, keeps bouncing against this area now. We'll see if maybe it gets sold into, and then, close to that 23, 114, 115 area. That would, then maybe then it breaks out. So that's Applied Materials. XM, beautiful looking chart here. Again, a nice bottom. This is a newer IPO. I'll just try to give you the whole chart here. There's your IPO right there, right? But we're going to zoom into the important parts, right? These parts right here. And then, so let's just get rid of that little downtrend line because it's no longer important. But if we look at this area, it's now trying to break out of, this big base, then this little base on top of it, great growth numbers, and again, trying to move higher. Everything is lined up bullishly. Really, there's nothing not to like about this particular chart. I'd like to see it close next time above 1743. That would be even more bullish, right? But looks great. CRNC. So here is this one that's kind of got this little trend line here, and then boom, it broke out of the trend line right at the 20-day, 2702. I mean, you could easily manage risk on the low of this day, which is 2649. About $1.50 risk from there, or you can just go to the 23-day if that's what you want. But again, nice little flag breakout right there and trying to move higher. That's CRNC, YEXT, YEXT. Again, pretty insane growth numbers. You just kind of look down here. Looks very much actually like CRNC, with this being the breakout, right? So we can easily draw this line like this, kind of, and boom, there's a breakout. Now I'm saying it's going to happen the same way, but it is a similar enough looking pattern. So overall, I mean, it looks really good. It's got decent, really good actually liquidity in there. You look at this, you see a lot of accumulation showing up on the charts. I probably could say that this area was an important area. Let's see where it lines up to. Makes sense. You could even say that this area was the important area. I can definitely make a case for that. And that's the retest breakout, very much like we talked about on Applied Materials earlier. Retest breakout, very strong looking chart. 200 days already moving higher. Again, decent volume. So that's next. Slab is next. Slab had a beautiful move off of earnings. I believe that was earnings. And again, it's been around for a while, so it's not like a new IPO or anything like that. But it is growing, as you can see this way, kind of ups and downs. But I like how it is keeping the gap. There's your 23. It found buyers, and now rose up, came back. Now just needs to come back around, right? 175-ish, right? 170-ish, somewhere around there. That's a fine place to manage risk, and it's a low risk, spot. As it moves higher, then you just switch to a moving average or whatever you like. But overall, this one looks pretty good. That's slab, OLED. There's another one that looks pretty good. Um, this area right there, just on a shorter look to it, that's what I was kind of looking at right there. Again, nice accumulation showing up on the chart, breaking out, into this open sky above over here. Yes, there's some, we'll call them dead bodies buried back here. And so that may offer some resistance as it goes higher. We just won't know till after the fact. But overall, I mean, talking about managing risk, yeah, above this pink shaded area, things are good. Below it, no reason to be involved, right? But look at it, how beautiful this is. Tight price action right there, lower volume, breakout on the higher volume. That's textbook what you want to see. Spotify, SPOT is next. Yeah, I'm not sure why that 108's in there. I'm just going to delete that and take a look at it right. I mean, I think we can easily see, I think everyone sees that spot, right? So boom, resistance, came back, going to retest it again, gets above 127, 128-ish. That is the area to manage risk against. Not right now. Wait. Unless you wanted to, play it against, with 115, it's kind of an early entry. But again, this looks pretty good there. Next up is KC. I'm always trying to look for names that maybe I'm not seeing on FinTwit or even some of my scans. This is a name that kind of came across, which I remember I've looked at in the past. Fairly new name. And obviously it failed. I haven't looked at it in a long time, and now it's starting to do something, right? So now it's starting to do something, and let me just get my tool in there, and again, boom, and now maybe it's making that right shoulder, and the 200-day is now starting to move higher. It is a lower price stock, but good trading volume, so good liquidity in there. But just know what you're buying. I would probably want to wait for this one to get above $5 for me to take a position in this. But it's definitely one that's got to be on our radars. It looks, again, really, really good. Again, not really a growth story as of yet. Well, it's choppy. But again, I like the technical pattern. That's the most important thing. Above $5.50. Oh, so make sure we're watching this one. Some metals and miners are looking good. Here's Alcoa. Again, I like these clear levels, right? Boom. I like a nice little base that's making, it gets above $57, $58 and things are good. Alcoa is, it's got, back to profitability. And again, things are looking not too shabby. And again, I think with inflation, there's no way that these numbers are probably, these estimates, that's what these are probably accurate. I mean, maybe they are, but who knows? Anyway, the point is the breakout here is, above 57.50-ish. And I think we can manage risk pretty easy. It is a little bit extended. Don't be surprised if it pulls back and then breaks out, right? And at that point, you can even choose to buy the pullback. Just know that where your stop is, right? And again, I would probably keep it small. And last one I'm going to give you is Scott's Miracle Grow. I remember when this used to be the proxy for the weed stocks, right? Back in the day. And you see, this was the run up right there, boom. And then it kind of fell off. It was a $250 stock. That's no joke. Well, guess what? Very nice little area. It's got a cup and handle look to it. Look how the handle-ish, if you want to call this a handle, is nice, tight price action. That's strong looking stock. Above $90, $89. I think this one looks really, really good. It may just go sideways a little bit more, and that would be fine with me too. But overall, I mean, what a nice looking base, right? Again, nice accumulation in here, and in the handle, you see overall a decrease in volume. Take out this day right there, and you really have a decrease in volume in this handle. Volume dry up is nice to see in a handle with tight price action. Anyway, so that's Scott's Miracle Grow. Also, if you notice, the 50 is crossing the 200. All right. So there you go. 13 names, stocks to watch. If you want the expanded list and all that kind of stuff, consider becoming a super follow at Alpha Charts 365 on Twitter. Hope you all have an amazing day and a great week. Stay safe out there and know where your stops are, know where the risk is. Take care. Bye.